Hi Libra, welcome to your mid-April horoscope and taroscope for mid-April 2020. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon and Rising, but you can also check out your Venus or whatever you feel drawn to do. Three of Cups just popped out right from the get-go. Okay. So, some collaboration is worth celebrating. Feels as though there are reasons to be grateful. In the midst of everything that's going on in the world, there are still some people that you can count on. There are some connections that are bringing you joy. For a lot of you, there is a sense of celebration. There is something that is coming together, something that is starting to work. The Sun conjuncts Uranus on the 26th in Taurus. Taurus, of course, being your 8th house of intimacy. It's also the house that rules death, that rules taxes, that rules rebirth, of which we all go through on our journey through life. There is great change comes through this time. The Sun in Taurus and the new moon in Taurus is poignant because the Sun on the 21st squares off with Saturn, which is now in your romantic and creative sector, bringing with it an energy that requires you to reassess how you view intimacy and connection, how you view partnerships, and how you view change even. Because the thing about Saturn in Aquarius, it's going to teach you a few things about how you love, how you connect, and where you possibly restrict yourself. Saturn will show you. 7 of Wands. Much like Scorpio's reading, you are looking at the points where you are most defensive. And the thing about being defensive, Libra, anybody can see what your weak spots are by where you're defensive, because you're only defensive about something that matters a lot. So when you put up a defense of some kind, when you show your teeth on something that you're protecting, Hermit energy, something that is quite private even, you give it away. You expose it. And people can play into that with compliments, with providing what you want, what you're protecting. They provide more of it, and then the barrier comes down and anybody can get in. And most people will not see your weaknesses and use them against you, but it is worth deciding, Libra, that there is some truth to the very thing that you're defending being the very thing that's leaving you vulnerable. 8 of Wands, and it becomes very clear in the last half of April what that is. And while there are people around you worth celebrating, be careful of people that promise you too much. Be careful of people that promise you the world and show nothing behind it. 7 of Wands and the Hermit. You are protecting something. You are hiding something. 4 of Swords and the 5 of Wands. And with the full moon just passed in your sign and the winding down of that energy, you're going to find that you want to talk a little bit more. You're going to find that you want to say things. You're going to want to communicate what it is that you feel, what it is that you want, who it is that you are. And then Pluto goes retrograde in your 4th house and says, slow down for a second. The Hermit energy is very, very representative of that 4th house energy, because it is the parts of you most want to keep safe, the parts of you that you most want to shy away into, that you don't want people to see. For a lot of you that are the type of Libra who craves partnership in the idealistic sense, but is also slightly emotionally avoidant, people will probably challenge you on it. Or if you're dealing with someone who is emotionally avoidant, someone will challenge you on it towards the end of the month. Now, when the Sun conjunct Uranus occurrence wakes you up to a different way of doing things and having a little bit more clarity on the next step, you're going to feel quite excited, but you're also going to feel quite nervous. And nervousness and anxiety are quite the sisterhood of creating defensive energy. So why not just be honest about it? Why not just be honest about where it is that you feel like you're feeling, where it is you feel like things have been going wrong, where it is you feel like no matter how much you rebuild and rebuild and rebuild, it just is not working quite right. It just is not taking off the way that you want it to. It could be career, it could be love, it could be anything. But there's something in your life that you feel that you deserve, that you want to take off, that you want to move the way that you feel like it should, that you want to quicken the pace of, that you're getting very impatient about, that you're getting very defensive about, particularly to your family, particularly to the people that are asking you questions, particularly to the people that you necessarily should be holding yourself accountable. They should be holding you accountable for the things that you're doing. And I don't know why, Libra, if you want this 10 of Pentacles energy, you keep going down the route of making a few ego-based choices for the sake of the ideal, but it's not ideal. You want this 10 of Pentacles, it's time to do a bit of restructuring. Venus, your ruler, is in Gemini and will retrograde, and it will affect you. But it will make you feel closer to yourself at the same time. It will cast some light, the Hermit energy, on what it is that you need to do and what it is that you need to extract. King of Cups. And if it is with a water sign, a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, there will be a lot of support. There will be a lot of emotional support and a lot of emotional help. Especially if it's new love. Knight of Cups, Ace of Cups. The emotionally ideal fit for you is very, very, very close if it's not already there. If you are dealing with a water sign where there have been a lot of emotional ups and downs, I feel like there's a little bit of stabilization after the chaos. But if you have had recently some kind of truth come out, some kind of relationship crumbling, some kind of restructuring, something in your life that went very, very, very wrong, the beauty of this hand is that occurring after the Tower means that you rebuild something that is stronger. And I can't help but notice that imagery-wise, the crown that falls off the Tower is later replaced with a king. And this is you, if it's not even another person, if it's not romance, it is conquering your emotional world. Conquering the way that you view love. Conquering the way that you view your passions, your creative side, your work ethic, your desires, the things that make you feel emotionally fulfilled. Conquering that kingdom. But conquering love in all its forms. There is so much more in the world that exists than romantic love. And a lot of Libras don't understand that for a long time. And if you view romantic love as something separate to the love of your family or the love of your passions or the love of your children or whatever it is, if you view it as something separate, even if you view it as something separate from the love of yourself, you will go emotionally bankrupt over and over and over and over and over again. For a lot of you in Taurus season, that is a very, very intimate time. You find that some connections have the power to go very, very deep. And if it is that you're on the market for something, that is very likely to appear. Even if you're just out of something incredibly serious. And for those of you that are in bonds that feel like they're crumbling, but there is still a lot of romance there, There's a lot of healing there too. 8th house territory is great for uniting people and rebirthing situations, particularly in your emotional life, but even in your financial life, rebirthing situations that seemed to be dead in the water. And where you will constantly reject yourself, Libra, then Taurus season will feel like if you keep rejecting your own energy and your own ability, and you keep viewing love as something different to viewing romantic love as something different, you will remain wondering why your seeds aren't growing the way that you wanted them to. And it will be a process of leaving and trying to see things differently and never quite getting it. The Taurus season can change that. Of this I am sure. Let's look at the oracle cards. Ooh. Some of you have to be very, very, very careful about warning signs. Very, very, very careful. I just got the sharpest ringing in my left ear, Libra. Play, have fun, celebrate, and don't be so serious. Very 3 of Cups. Having fun, enjoying the moment, enjoying people, not necessarily worrying too much about where things are going to go, how quick they're going to move, when's it all going to happen. Focus on enjoying life rather than feeling like you have to fit particular time frames. Especially if it's kids that you want and you feel like it's just not within your reach. Try embracing the energy of a child. We attract what we are. Birthing a new age. Birthing new creations, okay? So if you do want children, I think for a lot of you that's a sign that it's on the cards. Birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Life happens, Libra, when you're having fun. The things that you want to take off when you stop looking at them. The watched kettle never boils, or the watched pot never boils, whatever expression that is. I'm not massively domestic. Love. As I keep saying, love is more than just romantic. And if you can connect them all, if you can focus on the feeling of love, you can manifest more in whatever area it is you're looking to manifest it. I think for a lot of you it's very romantic, but dating and resolving conflict. For a lot of you, you have to resolve some kind of conflict. There is, with this hand after the Tower, an honest expression after something very tumultuous, very devastating, with a lot of consequences that really rumbled a few people. So whatever that is, there seems to be a resolution. Resolving conflict through empathy, compassion, and understanding. Closure. And again, Libra, I think that the resolving of this conflict occurs because you're less defensive about what makes you vulnerable. Once you've realized why you're so defensive about something, 4 of Cups, you tap into this abundance, this beautiful, vibrant Empress energy where there is love, and there is forgiveness, and there is creation, and there is the birthing of a new age, as the card said. Libra, I love you very much. I will see you in May for the rest of the Taurus season readings. Take care, Libra.